Good evening and welcome to this week's edition of Boxing Pick, the premier destination for boxing picks. My name is Hisham, and together with my partner Stephen Breadman Edwards, we will be previewing and breaking down the upcoming pay-per-view fight between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia to see where we can find the most value. And before we get started, if this is your first time visiting our channel, I would like to welcome you and thank you for being here. If it happens to be that you like this kind of content, please do subscribe to our channel. That helps us grow very much. And ring the bell so you always get notified when we upload new predictions videos. Thank you. I am joined now by my partner, Stephen Breadman Edwards. Stephen, we have the upcoming pay-per-view fight between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia coming up. What do you think about this fight?
It's an intriguing matchup because both of these guys were touted as the Four Kings coming up a couple of years ago, and this is the second fight that we've seen amongst them. So I like the matchup. I think they have a history. I believe they fought 6 times as amateurs, with splitting the fights 3 fights apiece. So there's definitely going to be a history between them two. There's going to be some familiarity. Um, I like Devin to win the fight. I just think he's a little bit more developed as a pro, but I'm a big fan of Derek James as a trainer, and I really think that Ryan Garcia, he might be, he may have some issues mentally, but I think that sometimes he puts on a little bit of an act to also, sell the fight. Um, he got a lot of power. He has a lot of speed. So Devin has to be careful with that. But it just seems that Devin is the more consistent fighter round through round. He depends on his jab more. He uh he fights with more of a sense of purpose, where he knows what he wants to do. Where Ryan is kind of like freestyling out there, and he hits you with a big left hook and
Mhm.
knocks you out. So I think because of that, Devin will have a little bit of an advantage. I think that the fight will be tight early. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a knockdown, on either side. But at some point, I think that Devin's consistency and him being 12 rounds with elite fighters like Loma, uh, is going to allow him to pull away in the second half of the fight. So I think that Devin will either win a decision, maybe 8-4, 9-3, or get a late stoppage with some tense early moments.
Haney looks very focused, as usual. I can't remember him having an off night in quite a long time. Have you seen him have a performance where you thought he didn't, really give a great effort?
I think he always gives a good effort. I mean, he's been in some tough fights where some things have happened to him where he could improve upon them, but I've never seen him lack effort. He got hurt against Jorge Linares, but he dominated
Hmm.
that fight, up until the point that he got hurt. Thought he won every round up until he got hurt. And Jojo Diaz hit him with some good shots. But I think he was learning how to fight southpaws, in that fight. And I don't consider
Hmm.
the Loma fight not a good effort. Loma is a Hall of Famer and a great fighter, and just because he's a little bit older, that doesn't mean he can't give you a good fight. Loma's a tough night for everybody. So he
Definitely.
has some he has some tough moments against Loma, but nobody's gonna have an easy time with Loma. Nobody in history will have an easy time with him. So that's
Hmm.
you know, that was to be expected.
There is some people say that Devin Haney has no power. I really don't agree with that. I think it looks like he hits hard enough to hurt guys.
Yeah. Just because you're not a one punch concussive knockout artist, that doesn't mean you don't have any power. Um, I don't believe that either. I think he has decent power. It's not like Javante Davis, or somebody like that where they hitting you and you're going to sleep with one shot. But he definitely can punch hard enough to hurt you. Regis Prograis is known to have a good chin, and he knocked him down.
Yeah, yeah, yes. I really got convinced in that fight. When if you saw the fight against Regis Prograis, he said that Devin Haney's punches wouldn't affect him, but that wasn't true. It looked like he hurt him several times, besides the knockdowns.
Well, people like to say that like this guy or that guy can't punch, but it's just everybody can hurt you. Everybody may not be able to knock you out with one shot, but you train fighters, you catch the pads. All punches hurt. You don't want a well conditioned guy your
Yeah.
size hitting you with a shot, on a consistent basis throughout the fight. Anybody can be hurt. So I don't say that. Devin can box. He's sharp. He's consistent. And if somebody constantly putting their
Yeah.
hands on you and you get hit with a shot you don't see or a shot in a vital area, you will be hurt. So you won't hear me say a guy can't punch. So everybody's not a knockout artist, but all punches can hurt.
Yes, and he seems to be a very precise shooter with the right hand. He's gotten better and better.
Yep, he's Devin's improving right in front of our eyes. That's what's making me pick him in this fight.
Yeah. And then there is the other thing you mentioned. Some people like to think that he's chinny. I don't agree with that notion either. Yes, he was hurt a little bit by Jorge Linares. He got hit with a punch very late in the round, and he stumbled a little bit. But I mean, it's not like he didn't even get knocked down. Have you seen him get knocked down?
No, I haven't seen him get knocked down. I've seen him get buzzed a couple of times. You know, he uh he gets buzzed, but uh chinny is a strong word for a guy like Devin. I don't know about that either. But we're in the era where everybody is criticizing the label on them. He did get hurt against Linares. I thought Loma buzzed him a couple of times. But um
Yeah,
I think he takes a punch pretty good.
I think so too. That's like if you say Floyd Mayweather, he got hurt like that a few times, but he recovered and he never had a problem with his chin. He had a very good chin.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree. I mean, I think that if anybody, Ryan has showed that he has some issues taking a punch more so than Devin.
Hmm. Yeah. So, what did you think about Ryan Garcia's performance against Oscar Duarte in his last fight?
He
He
looked
ended
good.
it very impressively.
Yeah, he looked good. I thought he looked real good.
His left hook is still very, very dangerous.
Ryan doesn't have any problems offensively. His problems is his sense of purpose in the ring and his defense. But
Yeah.
offensively, he's a talented fighter.
Yes. Yes, he is. And then in this fight, another thing that is interesting is that we know that Ryan Garcia will not be weight trained like he was, perhaps, as it looked like if he had to cut, a lot of weight when he fought Gervonta Davis. Now he's going to be weighing in where he feels comfortable. He will be able to rehydrate as much as he, needs to, his body needs to. And, he's training with Derek James, like you said, a great, great coach. So how do you see his physique being different than we've seen him before? Do you expect him to
Uh,
be,
I think
even,
it, I think he'll
what do
be
you
a little
think?
bit more comfortable. I think he'll be a little bit more comfortable in the fight, as far as how he feels with his rehydration and stuff like that. But so will Devin. So Devin also struggled to make 135, so he's also going to be more comfortable too. And we saw how good he looked when he moved up to
Yeah,
140 in Fort Regis. So I think that that's a
yeah,
wash right there. Both guys will be more comfortable at 140 pounds. So I don't think it's going to be an advantage to
okay.
either guy.
Who do you think has the best momentum going in?
Devin.
Yes, yes, I agree with that. I agree. So, in picking this fight, what do you think? Should we be satisfied with just playing Devin Haney to win the fight, or should we add a prop bet
I
for him
like
to win
Devin
by
Haney to
stoppage? What do
win
you
the
think?
fight. I think that you got to be safe and take Devin to win the fight because he does not score a
Yeah,
lot of knockouts in his championship fights. Actually, I can't think of anybody
you're
that he
right.
stopped in a championship fight. So I don't want to, this to like tell anybody that's betting to take him by knockout, and he hasn't scored any knockouts. but I in championship fights. But I do feel really strongly that at some point he can stop Ryan, but that wouldn't be my primary bet.
Got it. Got it. Yes, I feel so also. It doesn't seem very likely that he would lose on the cards. He just seems better all around. Although Ryan is very, very talented, like you said. It just feels like, Devin is the superior fighter.
100%. You just get the sense, like your instincts tell you that Devin is a tier above Ryan as far as development is concerned. Like I said, I don't want to keep beating
Yeah,
the same word, but he seems to have more of a sense of purpose in the ring. Like he knows what he wants to do. Where Ryan is kind of all over the
yeah.
place, shoulder rolling, doing annex, and he hits you with a left hook and
Switching
knock you out.
trainers
Yeah, but he doesn't have this same sense of purpose though that Devin does. So Devin seems to me to have developed past Ryan, but doesn't. You never know. It's still a fight.
without a doubt,
Ryan can
yes.
punch.
And he's been with the
Ryan
same
can
team for
punch.
a long time.
Yes.
Let me see. Yes, I'm not saying that it's always negative to change, but Ryan Garcia, he's been with several trainers where you think that they would teach him, his technique very differently. So that could, make him confused a little bit.
Yes, it does.
So the pick for this fight will be Devin Haney to win this fight. That's the main play, and that's the safe play.
Yes.